Yo, what's up, people? It's a Q Club, and welcome back to the Borderman Transmission. Today, I have a beautiful segment for you guys. Today, we're going to talk about the step-by-step process on what helps you to improve yourself as a man, take yourself to the next level, transcend into this alpha male, this sigma male, whatever you need to become successful in life, and just to better the life you're living right now, presently. So, first off, I want to start off saying, as a man, you have to know your position. You have to know the position that you play or the role that you play in your own life. Growing up as a child, as a kid, what do you want to call it? Majority of the time, your family, your mom, your sister, your brothers, everyone take care of you. If you fell down, they pick you up, they patch you up and everything. But when you get older, you have to understand that the role that those people used to play in your life, making sure that you good, making sure that you eat, they no longer play that role, and you play that role. And if you forget that you play that role, that's where you have expectations on people to take care of you, looking for handouts, and then you get disappointed and you get upset. And not only upset, you blame people for your shortcomings. You blame people for not making it. You blame people for you not being successful. That's why it's so important as a man to understand your position and understand the role that you play in your own life. And this is so important because when you get to a certain stage, everything is determined on you. Everything is your fault, even if it's not your fault. You have to hold yourself accountable at every single stage in your life as a man. And it looks in different ways. Look in different ways. You have to understand. For me, you know, a lot of times, even you feel as though because you help somebody out, like, yo, I should have never helped you out. Da da da. Is only because you. That's why I'm here. That was your choice. One of the things I have to understand is that I have to hold myself accountable for the choices that I make, even if it's just helping out my family members. I cannot go back like, oh, because you asked me for this, that's why I was in this position. No, I still had the choice to say yes or no. So, as a man, you have to understand the role that you play in your life, and every decision that you make will affect you in some way or form. Um, and I want to go right into some few steps that I broke down for you guys. The first thing, you have to set clear goals for yourself. If you want to improve yourself, first thing you have to understand, what is it do I want to improve on myself? I always say this term. If I was to go food shopping, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my kitchen, I'm gonna go to my cupboards, I'm gonna go to my fridge, and I'm gonna check and see what I have. So that way now I know what I need when I go to the supermarket, so that I don't go shopping for stuff that I already have. One thing about a man, you have to know your position to know what stage am I at in life. Maybe I'm weak at getting money. Maybe I'm weak at communicating. Maybe I'm weak at networking. What things about me do I have to improve? So you have to figure out what are the things about yourself that you want to improve and work on those things every God given day. That's why it's so important to set clear goals. I want to emphasize on clear. Every day you should be able to identify the things you need to work on. They need to be in front of you, written out clearly, soundboards, vision boards, whatever you want, just do it. It needs to be clear in front of you. So we got to set clear goals, determine what you want to achieve, and create a plan. We have to figure out what is it that I want to achieve at the end. What is it I'm working towards every single day, and what is it gonna take for me to get to the end goal? You have to have a plan, and this is so important. A lot of people ask me, Q, how do I get from here to here? You have to figure out a plan. You have to figure out a route. Whenever you jump in a car, you get an Uber. The Uber have a specific route that they give the driver to drive to get to your destination. You have to figure out what route you need to take to get to your destination, and this is so important. You have to figure out your route. Don't try to choose my route, your friend's route, Jono's route, Brenda's route. You have to choose your route, bro. This is so important. Don't try to just jump on what everyone else is doing. You have to figure out what works for you, what's best for you, and what's best for someone else might not be best for you. You have to understand what is your direction. And when you figure out what your direction is, I need you to stick to that direction. I know for me, I jumped around a lot. I know when I was a kid growing up, I remember my sister, we was playing this game, Need for Speed Most Wanted, and she beat me in this game so bad. I cried every single. I didn't cry every day. I cried that day specifically. I never wanted to feel what it feels like to lose again, and because of that, I try not to put myself in a position to where I can lose, which was a bad thing for me because I would not try to play the game. I would not try to do certain sports. I would try not to put myself in front of the light to where people can ask me a question, and that definitely hindered me in a lot of ways because one of the most important things about becoming successful is that you have to lose multiple times. You become a winner when you become a winner when you are able to accept losing. So important. Something about losing, it builds character. You can easily accept the first place trophy, like, yeah, yeah, everyone cheering you on. But will you be okay if you don't get that first place? Would you be okay with losing? It's a certain type of level of character that builds when you can accept loss and take it on your shoulder as a man. And like, okay, I lost today, but one of the most important things I learned is that if I had took more time in my preparation, if I had prepared myself more, I'd have been better. So you have to be able to identify your faults, your weaknesses, and stuff like that, and reflect on your past. So one of the most important things I want to give out to anyone right now is that you have to learn to lose first before you can win. Because losing is a stage where you build yourself. It's where you build characters, where you build your image. How many times you lose, and what changed about you when you lost. This is so important. This is the number one part that you have to understand, that like losing is the part of the journey. Somebody send me a message right now. Give me 1 second, guys. I don't want to call. You have to understand that losing the past is a part of the journey. Second thing I want to work on, I want to give you guys out, is develop good habits. This is the number one gem that you have to understand, that 90% of the time you're operating on your habits. You're not operating on your own mental strain of you. Oh, okay, I want to do this. Majority of you guys right now, 90% of you are operating on based on habits that you develop over the years. So if that's what I'm telling you right now, I want you to understand, pay close attention to what are your habits. And one of my favorite books that I read this year was The Power of a Habit, or The Power of the Habit. I think it was something like that. But basically, this book taught me why I did the things I did. And most importantly, it taught me that you can't really change a habit. You can't really like remove a habit. You can just change the routine. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little more in depth. But this is so important. You have to develop good habits, because 90% of the time you want to rely on your habits to make you successful. That's why a lot of people work out. They have a habit of working out. They have a habit of reading. They have a habit of networking with high influential people. They have a habit of investing. Not just investing, but like just making sure they invest in the right things in themselves, in things that's gonna give them a great ROI. Invest in real estate. You have to create and develop good habits that you can lay back on, that at the end of the day you're going to be good because of your habits. If your habits are terrible and your habits are not beneficial towards you, you will not win in this life. You will not succeed. So you have to understand that your habits are so important. It's imperative that you develop good habits. One of the most important things that I had to work on is the habit of accepting when I'm wrong. This is something that a lot of us, we cannot accept. We not just when I'm wrong, but I have to accept I don't know everything. I have to accept, like, okay, stop trying to portray this image or pretend to myself that I have it all together or I know everything. Because if you pretend like you know everything and you act like you have it all together, no one will want to teach you, because you're somewhat become not coachable. You have to become coachable in order to get to the next level, because everyone needs a mentor, everyone needs a teacher, everyone needs a coach. So you need to become coachable. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to develop good habits and start by adopting healthy habits like regular exercise, proper nutrition, adequate sleep. This will improve your physical and mental health. These things, when you put all of these things together, it's like you're making this recipe for greatness. And I always talk about one of the most important things to become successful. You need the right ingredients to become successful. So habits are the ingredients that's going to make you successful. So if you have a bunch of if you want to create a dish, this dish is called success. The ingredients to get this good dish is habits. So you have to get the right habits: exercising, read, sleep, nutrition. All of these things go together, and now you're gonna find yourself being successful. So that's one way to look at it. Talking about the habits, you need to read books. There's certain gems in books that you're never gonna get online. No one's gonna ever tell you about. Like, there's certain gems in books that you can never get by not reading books. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like books are so important for men. It takes us to the next level. It puts us on a different pedestal. And one of the most important thing about being a man is to be smart, high intellect. Be able to indulge in different conversations, and not just being able to indulge in different conversations, be able to paint perspective to people while you're having conversations, being able to tell stories and articulate yourself, use good word, use great diction. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to exude this type of energy that you're really a man, and you have done your homework, you have done your due diligence. Like, these are things that you have to work on consistently every single day. That's why I say, even if you're reading a page a day, bro, that's way better than a lot of people. That's way better than a lot of people. A page a day, you feel me? It's gonna level you up in like the next 6 months. I'm telling you, there's something about the 6 months. You can get a lot done within 6 months if you just stick to a routine and a schedule. Work on your emotional intelligence. This is something else I want to stop on right here. Thing about men, sometimes there's been a period of my life where for me, I'm gonna say personally, I feel like though one of the great things about me per se is that my emotional intelligence is understanding that sometimes I don't need to have emotions. A lot of people like, okay, you have to understand your emotions, know how to talk, know how to deal with your emotions. Me, one of the most important things I feel like you have to understand, there is some parts in your life or places in your life that you have to have no emotions. That's something about having emotional intelligence, is understanding that sometimes you need no emotions to get to the next level. You can't always have emotions. Emotions sometimes block and stop you from doing the best things. Put it this way, the more you think, the less you do. When you have emotions, it only puts you in a state of thinking, bro. And about the worst scenario, the worst case scenario, you think about everything, you overthink, like it just puts you in this wrong space. So for me, having no emotions is a gem sometimes. And then as well, being stoic, understanding your emotions, understanding why you feel the way you feel. Those are important things for me as well. But I feel like one of the ways that I operate, and this is for me personally, my opinion is that sometimes it's better to have no emotions, because especially if you're young at a young age, don't worry about getting into like, oh, she cheated on me, so I'm trying to think about why she cheated on me. Da 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 da. Like this, no. Have no emotions. Just focus on the goal and have a purpose. You need to be obsessed with your purpose. You need to be obsessed with your goals and stuff, and just lock in. Forget about how you feel. Forget about what the mood is. You just go. Just keep running. Just keep going to your goals and your dreams and aspirations. It's so important. Sometimes you need to let that emotions go away, and when you get to where you want to get to, then you're gonna deal with it. Some things is just meant to deal with later on. For me, this is one of the gems I'm gonna leave y'all with. I'm not gonna continue with the rest of the list. Challenge yourself every day. This is important. This is where you grow. This is where you improve. If you're not challenging yourself, you are being a disservice to yourself. Like, you have to put yourself in uncomfortable positions. You have to push yourself past the limits like, you have to push yourself past the limits, not just of yourself, but what people expect of you. People expect you to live to a stereotype. They expect you to not go past a certain limit in life. They expect you not to get a certain amount of money, travel. Look, they don't want you to get to the next level. So you have to go past the expectations of other people sometimes. And those expectations can be even your family, your mom, your sister, your brothers, your uncles, your aunts, your girl, your friends. Go past the expectations. You know what I'm saying? So challenge yourself every single day. Don't just live the same life twice. I know a lot of people that live the same day over and over every single day all year round. Like, it does not make sense to me how you can live the same life. And you know what it is? It's because people don't even think or don't even believe that they're great. This is one of the most important things. People cannot stop you if you believe in yourself. So what they do is they try to turn you into your own enemy. And the ways they do this is by inflicting ideas into your mind and putting their own insecurities on top of you, and then making you start to believe that you're not great. And then when you believe that you're not great, you accept failure. You accept being lame. You accept being this guy that never gets his full potential. You know, I was having a conversation with my friend, and he told me he don't want a better body. He told me, yo, I don't too care about having abs. And I told him, there's no way you could tell me that's true. No man or no guy in his right mind would ever not want to see what his body could fully look like at its full potential. If you're telling me you don't want abs, you tell me you don't want a good body, it's just because you're lazy. And it's easy to not go get abs. It's easy to sit there not being at the best. It's easy, simple. It's not uncomfortable. It doesn't make you feel pain, so it's easy. That's why you don't want it. But it's hard to be not average. It's hard to be that alpha. It's hard to be that sigma male. It's hard to go get those abs. It's hard to go in the gym and stay in the gym. So a lot of you guys who saying, "Oh, I don't want it," is because you're not ready for it. You're not really at that stage. And I'm sorry if you might feel some type of way of me saying this, but bro, you lame for not wanting to have a better body. This is facts. You're lame for not wanting to have a better body. You should want to improve yourself every single God-given day, not just for you, but for your family. You want to protect, right? You want to protect and provide. One of the most things that's gonna level you up in business, life, and everything else is making sure that you maintain your body, your mental and physical health. And if you just accepting, just being there and not improving yourself, I guarantee you, some level, some stage, you're gonna live an average life. And maybe that's okay with you. You want to live an average life. That's cool. But bro, I hope not. I hope not that you don't want to live an average life. Those are a few things, and I'm gonna close. Last but not least, I feel as men that we need to stick together. One of the sad things that happened to me within my life is that I lost my friends because of women. Most of my friends, we don't talk as much like we used to because of women. I'm not saying women are dangerous, not saying women are bad or evil. It's because we let women get in between our brotherhood, and we were too consumed in the chase of women, and we too consumed in the emotion of feeling, that love from women, to where we let go of the most important thing is that brotherhood. That's something that's going to take us to the next level. When a group of men come together, they are unstoppable. Like when you have a group of strong men and smart men come together, we are unstoppable. The only thing that can break up a group of men is women. It's only women. I remember I was talking to this girl, and she told me, "Oh, you can't hang out with your friend at this hour of the night." I'm like, "What's that supposed to mean?" Those little nights where I stop hanging out with my friends, it become days, and those days become weeks, and those weeks becomes months, and those months become years, to where we never hang out again. So don't ever let no female or anybody in your life make you stop you from hanging out with your brothers. Don't make no girl, no mom, don't make nobody stop you from hanging out with your brothers. I don't give a damn what time it is. It's your brothers. You need to spend time. And a lot of times, the reason why women don't like men to hang out with men is because they think men are always looking at other women. No. Majority of the time, when I was hanging out with my bros, we were doing fruitful stuff. We was going to play football. We was hanging out, having a conversation. We was in the house playing game. We was talking about business, about life. We were our own therapists. We help each other with our emotions. And we were our own safe space. So don't let people pull you away from that. It's beautiful when you have a group of friends and it's all strong, smart men that's trying to achieve and do great things in life. Don't ever let that break. Don't ever let anybody get between that. Don't ever let anybody get between that. But this is pretty much it. It's a cute couple. Welcome back to the Borderman Transformation. Tonight we have a late night session. It's another conversation. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna talk, and we're gonna break in a few things. So before I leave, I'm gonna give you out 3 tips. Here are 3 tips to improve yourself by the time the end of this. 3 tips to improve yourself before the week is out. Number 1, wake up a little bit earlier than you used to, and use that time to think. Use that time to think about what's your few moves for the rest of the day. A lot of times we don't maximize our days because we don't think before we act. We get up and we just move. So we're not thinking precisely about should our next move look like, what are things we want to knock out, how can we substitute, how can we move in the best way possible. So one of the things is wake up before the time you normally used to and use that time to think, meditate. Secondly, I need you to start eating better. Stop eating all that trash ass food, stop eating fast food, and start eating healthy stuff. Drink some more water. Take care of your skin. Take care of your health. This is so important. Number 2 is to improve your health. And as mentally, with your nutrition, physically, gym, and all of that, I need you to work on those things. Make a little list of things you want to work on in that aspect. Okay, I want to get a 6-pack. Oh, I want to start eating more healthy. Oh, I want to start dealing with my emotions, or clearing out my mental, stop being so depressed. Those are the first things. Last but not least, I need you to choose a specific field in business-wise. I need you to create or gain a high-value skill to where now you become high-value and now you're high in demand. When you have a high-value skill, you become high in demand. This is so important. You have to have a high-value skill. In this time and age, most skills are digital, or in tech, online, stuff like that. You can still do skills like plumbing, carpentry, welding, and those stuff is important. Get those skills too. Those skills are not going away for now. But I need you right now to do the three things. First thing is to wake up a little earlier, meditate and think, then work on your nutrition, work on your health, gym, think and mindset and all of that. Last but not least, get a high value skill. These are simple ways you can level yourself up before the week is out. And then continue to work on those things throughout the rest of the year. And stick to it. Keep that routine, keep that schedule, and don't shift or move and shake. It's a cute couple. Welcome back to the Boy the Man Transformation. And we here. Stay blessed, don't stress, live life, and never worry about the price. We out. Peace.